And this time we're joined by the Queensland team in Captain Daly Cherry Evans and Billy Slater. A very happy two gentlemen up on the stage. Billy, I'll start with you. Did you ever look down at the sideline at one stage and think JT was going to be strapping the boots on and running out?
I mightn't have had a choice. He was pretty active down there, so it was a unique game, wasn't it? Especially at the start. We lost two, and Cam Murray went down also. So I don't know if I've seen a start to a game like that before. It just showed how much commitment both sides were willing to put on the line, and it was a courageous effort. We only used one other interchanges other than those two forced ones in that first half, and we knew that was going to take a fair bit of petrol out of our tank, but that's as good as Queensland victory as I've ever seen. A resilient, tough performance, and got some pretty proud boys in there, and they've earned that.
Ches, you did mention at some stage that this was one of the greatest places in the world to play rugby league, second to Brookvale, of course.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
The surface is a bit different out here. We've got a great surface at Rugby.
They're paying you a lot there, aren't they?
No, it is. Yeah, they're two places that are very special to my heart. But this one's good. We spoke about where we were playing and who was going to be here and what they wanted to see, and we didn't want to rely on them. We wanted to give them something to cheer for, and I felt like we continued for 80 minutes to give them something to cheer for, and that came back to us. Every time we hear those waves of support, you grow another leg, and yeah, it worked really well tonight.
Right, I'll open up to the floor.
Daly, you were in tears like when you were interviewed at the end of the game. Billy said this is possibly the greatest Queensland win in Origin history. Like, what did it mean to you, and what were you saying to the guys out there when you lost two players in the opening minutes and had that reshuffle?
Yeah, probably the main message was we felt like the team that remained the calmest was going to win. The team that reverted back to just playing footy was going to win, because there was so many different things out there that changed the game, from head knocks to sin bins. And those things can really impact the game of footy, and it's the team that comes out the other side playing a smarter game, and we did that. We played a style of footy that wore them down by the end.
Daly, where did you find that spirit in the end, or to hang on and produce something like that down two men?
Yeah, there's a few moments during the week where you sort of can think back, and yeah, I don't know, there's something just about when you come into camp, you got a responsibility. And it's not a daunting responsibility. It's a responsibility that makes you excited and grateful for where you are. There's a lot of history that's gone before us, and we unpacked a lot of that this week. And we just knew that based on all of those Queensland moments, it was our turn to produce one. That was as simple as it was.
Billy Hunt has been such a great player for Queensland. He gets the moment tonight. He's the one that gets to have that replayed forever. How you must be elated for him, given all he's given for the state over the years.
Yeah, well, he's been the Ronnie McAuliffe medalist twice in the last three series before this one. He really earned that starting spot, and playing a different position than he does every week for the Dragons. He was out on his feet halfway through that second half. He was one of those guys in the middle doing all that work. And we needed to give him a rest, and I feel if we didn't give him a rest, he may not have got there in the end. But what a performance! He's a great competitor. He's one of the greatest competitors our game's seen.
Daly, how important has been to you as well in terms of the fact that leadership that he offers as well, and sort of, I guess, helping you in the role that you're doing on the field?
That's actually a really good question, because he's become a real good friend of mine from playing Queensland footy together, and he's actually someone that I lean on, and as the captain you try and have a good relationship between coach and the playing group, and Ben's one of those people that I get a gauge on in the playing group of where we're at and what we need, and I've lent on him a heap of times this series, and that probably shows where he's at with his footy. He's a big part of the Queensland team at the moment, and I'm really proud of the way he's played.
Billy, you've won series as a player. What does it mean to do this as a coach?
It's a really hard question to answer. I don't think I've been any prouder of a team that I've been involved in than I am right now. I don't know whether that's just because I'm in the moment right now, but I said it after game one. I just felt a real connection to this group, and I'm just so proud of them. I can't put it any other way. I'm just so proud of the people that they are. You know, their preparation, their behaviour, their performance, and to go out there and deliver that in front of their home people. That's as good as it gets in sport.
Billy, can you explain how you were feeling when you saw Ben kind of collect that ball and then he just raced away, given the way the match was going in those last few minutes?
Yeah, I was in the moment. I was riding the wave for probably 15 minutes. It was just end to end, and someone was just waiting for someone to crack, and I felt like we were actually getting on top. But then they'd get some field position and get some attacking kicks away, and when Ben did that, he's just got that in him, hasn't he? Like, you know, if someone's going to come up with a play like that, it's going to be Ben Hunt. He just competes, and you know, he just ended up with the football, and he had fresh enough legs to outrun Isaiah Yeo, who'd done a lot of work himself. But it was an incredible moment. It was probably, wasn't until the trial was confirmed that I thought we were over the line. There was still a minute and a half to go, and if it wasn't confirmed, well, we were going back down the other end. So I had to check my emotions a little bit, but I didn't know how I was going to react through this series, and I don't know if I want to watch the replay on some of those things, but yeah, that's the way it goes.
Billy, you never know how a young guy will go, but Tommy did, starting 80 minutes, didn't let anyone down.
No, you don't, but I was very confident. Look, when you lose, one of your key players that was probably your best player in game one, you can start asking questions and having questions around your side, but I never had those concerns. Tom Dearden has been a part of every camp that we were in this year. He knows what we've been focusing on. He prepares as good as anyone, and he's a tough competitor. He was in the camp for a reason, because he's playing great football. He's a great defender. He organises his area, and we saw that with the try he set up for Val. So I wasn't really concerned. I knew we'd lose a bit with Cameron Munster, but Tom Dearden's got different strengths to Cameron Munster, and I was more focusing on what we did have rather than what we didn't have.
DC, what about partnering Tom? He's been following you like a magnet all camp, and Munster, but partnering him must have felt quite rewarding tonight.
Yeah, I felt like my role needed to change a little bit to make him feel more comfortable in the team, and during the week, as soon as we knew he was playing, we went for coffee, and he asked as many questions as he could to just feel comfortable, and straight away I knew from the smiles and the nods he was giving me that he was going to be all right. Once he heard how I wanted to play, and once I listened to how he wanted to play, I knew we were going to be all right. Like Bill said, he knows exactly what his game looks like and his best game looks like, and he sticks to that. And he just trusted everyone around him was going to do theirs, and that's what you do at this level. You trust everyone around you to do your job, and he did his fantastically tonight.
It was a crazy Friday for us, Friday afternoon. We got 2 positive rat tests within a couple of hours. We locked everyone down. So everyone went to their rooms on their own. I'm sure they would have been communicating through telephone and that sort of stuff. But once we got the PCR results back, we made a decision really quick on what our replacements were going to be and what roles they were going to play in our team. And I remember going to knock on Tom Dearden's door, and the conversation I had with him, I left that knowing that we were okay. The confidence he gave me, he said to me, I won't let you down, and he didn't. We went out and we probably had 2 of our best training sessions after that. The preparation that him and Corey Oates put in, incredible. incredible to come in last minute and play. Like Corey Oates was fantastic tonight, tough. You know, did everything that was asked of him, did his job.
Bill, have you spoken to Cameron Munster since the game? Like what else?
I haven't spoken to him since the game. No, there's been quite a bit of contact before the game. He's been quite active.
Munster madness.
Yeah. But look, I could imagine. You imagine Munster right now in a house on his own.
We don't want it.
No, but like that. If you said to us 10 days ago that we're going to lose two of our starting players, you know, one in a key position, our best player from game one, throughout the week, and then the first 2 minutes we were going to lose a winger and a ruck forward, and Lindsay Collins has been one of our best forwards throughout the whole series, and still go on and hold the shield up. That's an almighty effort, isn't it? That's where this sits in the game. You know, that's a lot of resilience, and we try and emulate our people, the people of Queensland. You know, there's a lot of resilience out there in Queensland through floods, cyclones, fire, drought. It's all there, and you know, they get on with it. They look after each other, and they never give up. So we try and emulate that.
I know you're proud of everyone out there tonight, but as a former fullback, what did you make of Caleb Ponga's performance? Because that was quintessentially Queensland.
Yeah, he had a great series. A real tough effort from Kalen. Like, you know, had some real nice moments in game one. You know, setting up a couple of tries, and he was always threatening. And when Kalen threatens with his legs first, he's dangerous. His pass will come. It'll always be there. It's natural to him. I've always had a lot of belief in Kalen. I love working with him. He's a great guy, and he wants to learn. He wants to be as good as he possibly can, and he had a great series.
Billy, I know you said on Monday that yesterday, that you didn't want to talk about the history because that was never going to get you guys on the line, but we knew the record heading into tonight. You guys just win deciders. Here we are again, another one. You had the backs against the wall, underdog status, and again, Queensland have won. Why do you keep winning these deciders? What do you think it is? Can you put your finger on it?
We don't just turn up and win. It doesn't work like that. It'd be nice if it did, but
we don't give ourselves the underdog tag.
Yeah.
You guys do that for us.
Well, Cummins did this morning. So.
Oh, did he? I have to chat to him about that. Look. I don't know. You do it through effort. You earn it. You don't get anything for free in our game. You earn it, and it was a great series. Like, it was so tight. You know, game one, game three. You know, they were on a knife's edge for a lot of it. Game two, up until just before half time, was really close. You know, we ran out of petrol after going down to 12 men. Now, that didn't help us. You know, it was a real origin contest, this series, and I think both teams need to be proud of themselves.
There was a lot of talk about pups going into this game, and then you lose Lindsay Collins early in the game. What do you make of the way that he sort of helped fill that void throughout the game, and he was very unlucky not to score a double as well?
I know. Has Papa scored a try in Origin?
Yeah, he has.
I think
He has?
Yeah.
Well, he nearly had a couple.
I've looked after him before.
Oh, remember that. He's our leader. He's our leader in the middle. Like, he was fantastic, and you know, there's a lot of commentary around a lot of our players, not just Papa. A lot of our players. That's not the commentary we subscribe to. Like, we know our players. We know who they are. You know, people want to pick our team. We've got our team. You know, we stuck with our team, and they repaid Queensland.
That must give you a lot of satisfaction, Billy. Like, you know, after Perth, you said straight away you weren't going to make changes. That was your team. Like, a lot of coaches would have jumped in that moment, and you obviously have a lot of faith in these blokes.
Yeah, I do. I know what sort of people they are. I've played with a lot of them. I know what character they are, and that's our team. So, that's who we are.
You lifted the trophy in 2020. Does this eclipse that series?
They're hard to compare. It's like picking a favourite kid. It honestly
Thank you,
is.
everyone.
It's hard. But like Bill said, maybe because we're in the moment and maybe because of everything that went on during the week, during the game, there's not many footy teams that win games like that. You need a brave team, you need a courageous team, and we did that tonight. We stuck together and we wanted it. We spoke about how badly it meant something to all of us, and it showed in our effort tonight. And yeah, I'm really proud of everyone in those sheds tonight. It's a massive effort from everyone.
Daly, when Selwyn was knocked out, Jerome Luai was on standing above him, sort of bellowing and shouting at him. Did you see that moment? That was the first sort of push and shove of the night.
No, I didn't. There was a lot of push and shove tonight, and I think at the end of a series you get that. Everyone's very protective of their teammates, and I thought we protected each other very well tonight.
Have you seen footage of that, Billy, or did you see that moment?
No, that's the first I've heard about it.
What about Dane Gagai? That was interesting. Bring back the beer with Matt Burton, or are you going?
He owes me a beer. I thought I scored from one. Pretty good try.
Was that an un-Queensland like, Billy, or was that? Do you think
No, I don't think it was at all. I think Matt Burton pushed Kalen Ponga over. I'm not sure. I didn't see it clearly, but that's what Dane reacted to, and that's what started it. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to wrap it there. Sorry, I know it was about to get juicy. We do have a fan question for both of
Was
you.
it? Okay.
Segue. Actually, it's from Billy from your hood in Innisfail. We've got
4860.
Brad. He's come up and asked what was the most difficult challenge to overcome as a coach this series?
Oh, the most difficult challenge to overcome, probably all the adversity that we had to overcome. The team changes halfway through Game 3 camp, and then obviously the start of this one. So, yeah, you got to think on your feet and move really quickly. So your team's prepared and they've got a lot of clarity around who's coming in and what their roles are. And then during the game, you've got to plan when you go into it, but obviously that gets thrown out the window when two people have to come off in the first 2 minutes. So it's probably the biggest adversity that we had to overcome.
Ches, this one is to you. This is Lisa. She's from Rockhampton. I know you don't like picking your favourite children, but what was your favourite moment within the game tonight?
Tonight? Oh, Benny Hunt's run away. I know it's an easy one to pick, that one. There's something special about knowing when you've won a game, let alone an Origin decider. So that was the moment I knew we were home. So that was a special one.
I thought Val's moment over the sideline to keep that ball in, that was a big moment as well.
That was a big moment.
There were a few, weren't there?
That was massive.
Ben Hunt's 40-20.
Yeah.
There's some big moments. Yeah.
All right, well, I know our fans at home are very
Billy
happy
has a
with that.
favourite
They
kid,
can keep going.
obviously. Sorry, Jake.